Hello, my name is Chris. I'm an engineer, and I have a great passion for baking cookies and other sweet things. One of the things I'm hoping to do with this YouTube series is to help teach some science and engineering principles through the medium of baking and cooking, as well as share some tips and tricks that I've picked up in my baking experience.
Density is mass divided by volume, or in a simpler way, density is how much stuff is in something divided by how big of a container it is in. In baking, a lot of recipes call for volumetric measurements, such as a cup of sugar or a teaspoon of salt. For a lot of ingredients, this will not impact the outcome of a recipe too much. However, one ingredient found in a lot of recipes can vary wildly if you use volumetric measurements, and that is flour. In this video, I will demonstrate two different ways to measure a cup of flour, and then show you the different resulting masses in grams. On the left, you can scoop the measuring cup directly into the flour and try to pack the flour in. On the right, you can use a scoop and dump it into a measuring cup. The left method is denser because it has more mass to it over the same amount of volume. As you can see, packing flour will result in having more mass there, in this case a difference of 14 grams. Now, no cooking video on YouTube would be complete without a sped up montage mixing the ingredients. I here am making the first cookie recipe I ever learned, and I'm guessing it is one a lot of you are familiar with as well. It is the one found on the back of that yellow package of chocolate chips, and found on store brand chocolate chips as well. Many cookie recipes feature the same ingredients, just in different amounts and ratios. Flour, baking soda, salt, eggs, white and brown sugar, vanilla extract, butter, and chocolate chips. Adjusting the ingredients relative to one another will affect how your cookies turn out, and we'll explore that in a later video. Something worth mentioning that I did is bake a half batch for each side of this video, dividing the ingredients by 2. If you ever want to increase or decrease the amount of cookies you are making, multiply or divide every ingredient by the same number. As a word of caution, if you want to make more, do not overstress your mixer or overfill your mixing bowl. Now, as you can see, I do not have an 1/8 measuring cup for the 3/8 cup of sugar that I need, so instead I use 6 tablespoons as equivalent. Add in flour. Make sure the mixer is turned on and set to low to medium-low, probably no higher than a 4. This will help prevent the flour from getting all over the kitchen and ensure a better dough mix. Add the flour in slowly, using a spatula to integrate the flour better. But you want to leave the mixer turned on and use your spatula until the flour is completely mixed in, meaning you cannot see any white specks in your cookie dough. After this, it's time to mix in the chocolate chips, and if you prefer, chopped nuts. I usually mix the chips in by hand, but feel free to use your mixer if desired. In this video, the cookies with more flour are nearer the camera and the cookies with less flour are farther away. As you can see, using more flour results in having a little more of a puffy cookie, and less flour you have a little bit of browning around the edges. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I will do my best to answer it. And I'll be back in a couple weeks showing how to use math to measure out your ingredients to get repeatable results, and a quick lesson on heat transfer when it comes to baking.